yet. Joining our conversation, former Democratic Senator and host of the Al Franken podcast, Al Franken. How you doing, Senator? And what are your thoughts when you see the faces and hear the voices of the undisputed heroes of the hour, of every hour?
Those on the front lines, especially those in New York, it's horrendous what they're experiencing, what they're doing, and heroic as well. And God bless them. They're putting themselves at risk. And, it's just tragic. And part of the tragedy is that this could have been, we were going to have a pandemic, but not at this level if we had acted. And if the president had acted instead of those 2 months that you just talked about in your last segment, going past before the president even acknowledged that there was a real problem. And, sometimes people say, let's put that 2 months away, but he still can't do his job because he's going out there and doing a reality show. This guy really thinks the government is a reality show when the rest of America is dealing with this reality. And he continues to lie. He's self-congratulatory. I'm not a psychiatrist and I've not personally examined him, but it's clear that he is, a malignant narcissist or something on that order. And he can't help but do this and cite his ratings and tell governors that they have to blow smoke up his butt to get their ventilators. That's what he's doing. And this is sick.
I want to ask you about, sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you about your decision to be out there now. Obviously, your supporters, I think, have missed your blunt take on things. And I just wonder what you're finding sort of being out in the public arena, especially at a moment like this for our country.
Well, I've been doing this podcast for a while now, but I've been doing this focusing on aspects of the coronavirus. I had Lena Wen on this. She's on right now this week's podcast, and she's been on MSNBC and CNN talking about.
She's amazing.
She is amazing, and she was health commissioner.
She just had a baby. She just had a baby girl. Yeah.
I interviewed her on our due date. On her due date, our due date. Her due date.
I interviewed her the day after her due date, so I got one more.
Yes, okay, you got that on me. But what I'm fascinated with is Fauci and Birx, and she speaks very eloquently as the role of a public health servant in that situation. She served a mayor who is now been sentenced to 3 years in prison and was kind of nutty too. And I talked to her about what the role, what Fauci and Birx really have to do, and the stakes are absolutely enormous. And but I'm speaking out. I want to continue to make a contribution.
I want to ask you, Senator Kamala Harris said something that really kind of struck me. She said social distancing doesn't mean emotional distancing. We need to be connected, I think was her point, more than ever. What are you doing? Is that part of sort of the podcast and having people like Lena Wen on? What's your advice for people who are, through social distancing, feeling isolated?
Well, if they can do it, a lot of people are on Zoom. I think they had a Zoom crash a few days ago. So I'm reaching out to people I haven't talked to in a while, my old college roommates. I'm fortunate that I'm sheltered in place at my wife and I at our apartment, but we're 2 blocks away from my daughter and her family. So we have 2 grandchildren, 6 years and 3 years, and that's a lifesaver for me. They let us over.
How are they doing? How are the 3-year-old and 6-year-old doing?
They're actually doing great. They are getting home. They go on Zoom, get homeschooled. They also, and I would suggest this to anyone, have watched all of Shaun the Sheep, which is a claymation, a series.
I know what it is.
Hilarious. Yes, and my 6-year-old grandson laughed so hard at this thing that when he laughs, he stands up, because at first he would laugh so hard he'd fall off the couch. So he stands up to preempt any bodily damage to him, and it's beautiful. They're beautiful, and this is hopefully doesn't become a new normal, we'll get a vaccine eventually, and I hope this goes away. But we're so ill-served by this president, and it really infuriates me. It makes me actually very sad.
Al Franken, I hope we can talk again. It was wonderful to hear about your grandchildren. Thank you for spending some time with us.